Did you know that tour pros have a consistent putting tempo? For example, Tiger Woods is 0.8 seconds, DJ's is 0.8, and Sungjae Im's is 1.0 seconds. So, what's yours? This in-birdie mat will show you what your putting tempo is, but before we get into that, what is tempo? I used to play professional golf, and one day I had lost my putting completely. I was devastated, couldn't figure out what it was. But one pro commented, "Your stroke is very good, but your tempo is just a little off." I was just floored by that comment. I couldn't believe, first of all, that my stroke was really good. Second of all, a little bit of tempo issue can really throw your whole putting off. Was amazing to me. All right, so tempo. Remember it by the letter T. Tempo is time. The amount of time you take from the setup to the backswing down to the strike is the tempo. Find the tempo you feel comfortable with, and remember, the tempo stays constant even if you make the stroke bigger, but obviously it's going to look faster if you make a bigger stroke with the same tempo. Rhythm is a little bit different, guys. Remember it by the letter R. Now, ratio. The ratio between the backswing and the downswing. So they're slightly different, right? So a lot of amateurs don't really think about your tempo in terms of seconds, but if you have an inconsistent tempo, now you can actually have more speed through the ball or less speed depending on your tempo. So we really have to get the tempo consistent. By just explaining this, you now kind of understand that inconsistent tempo can really have effects on your distance, right? A little bit firmer hit can make the ball go farther. A little bit slower hit can make the ball go slower, therefore shorter. Once you get the tempo going consistently, it's a breeze to get your rhythm going, so it's a good idea to focus on your tempo first. Let's measure my tempo, okay? Through using the mat, I was really surprised to find out that my tempo is on the slow side. So I am about 1.1 is my tempo. With my experience, I've always noticed that whenever caddies read greens for me, that I had to take higher breaks. And now it makes sense to me because my tempo is a lot slower, my strike is a lot softer, so the ball has a little bit less speed. When the ball has less speed, then it takes a lot more break. Whereas if the ball has faster speed, it kind of puts through the break and you take less break. So now it totally makes sense. So if you tend to have similar tempo as mine, then just remember you have to take a little bit more break than other people that have, let's say, 0.8 closer to what Tiger's is. So to help you find your own tempo, I'll show you an Amify drill so you can get a great roll going and find your tempo. In order to do that, it's so important to use the core. I've already said it, but what do you rock your shoulders with? Not your hands. We don't want to rock with the hands. We see this a lot where you see how the triangle is wobbly, so your putting stroke, your roll, and your tempo is going to be inconsistent. So don't use your hands to rock your shoulders. You're going to use your core. How do you do that? You all have a six-pack, right? I know it's sometimes hiding under there, but there is a six-pack. You're gonna use the top two of those six, okay? So when you're using your core, there's no motion visible at all. What you're going to do is you're just going to tighten your core. So if someone's about to punch you in the tummy, you just tighten it, right? You tighten and then use that to rock your shoulders. See, there's no visible motion in your core area. It's just tightened and you're using that to rock your shoulders. Now you're going to feel some burning sensation in your top two, and that is when you have engaged and using the core to rock the shoulders. All right, so if you're not quite sure exactly how you're trying to get that feel going, give you a super simple Amify drill. All right, what you're going to do is, the secret is in your elbows, okay? So if your elbows are flying out, now you're going to not be able to use your core to rock your shoulders. We want to rotate those in slightly, so we pinch our armpits, and that kind of anchors your triangle to stay still. Then you can use your core to rock your shoulders. Simplest way, get your pinkies touching each other. You're going to balance the putter like so. It's going to point at your target line, and you're going to use the top two of your six-pack to rock your shoulders, and you will feel your core burning. So it goes boom, 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 boom. So let me try that in my actual putting. Feel like elbows are rotated in a little bit, and I'm using my core to rock the shoulders instead of the hands to rock the shoulders. Let's try. And you can feel that the roll is on the money. Now, I'm pretty happy with my stroke, but using the mat, I noticed that my tempo was inconsistent. I ended up spending quite a while trying to pay attention to my tempo number, and every time I hit my 1.1 seconds, my stroke felt great, my roll felt amazing. So now you know how to use the core to put a great roll on the ball. Make sure to spend enough time on the mat to get your tempo going consistently. And you can always train on the mat without connecting to the app. The LCD shows the tempo, direction, and distance, which is very handy. Let me know what your putting tempo is. If you need me to take a peek at your putting stroke, make sure to sign up on my website, mpswing.com. Since there is an online lesson giveaway going on at the moment, it's a great event for the members. Thanks for putting with me today. See you in the next one. Mwah.